All right, guys, it's Sunday afternoon, half time, just been and got a McDonald's, thrown the UD on. I'm going into comfort mode because there's no point me stressing out about Manchester United. It's the exact same I say on this channel since I began the channel. We will not win anything under the Glazers. We will not win anything under spineless players. We won't. Manchester United is basically like England at this point. What I mean by that is people get gassed up about the odd performance. Hey, we did really well. We scored some goals. We did X and Y. And the reality is, the second you come up against a decent team, you're getting slapped and you're not winning anything. And why is that? Is it management? Is it coaching? Is it a specific instruction that's been handed out? Absolutely not. Any manager worth, if he's been honest with himself, will admit the players make all the difference. Why do you think Kevin De Bruyne is suddenly getting all these mad assists to Haaland? Is it because beforehand, Kevin De Bruyne didn't know how to do these crosses and didn't know how to find these runs? Or was it nobody was doing them and now Haaland's there and Haaland's brilliant and he's going to smash them in? You can't coach a player to be a level that they cannot achieve. You might be able to get it out of them if it's in there, but if it's not in there, you can't do it. Now, Ten Hag's going to get a load of grief because it's 4-0 against rivals, using that term loosely there, oil rivals. We were losing against Brentford and all these other teams 4-0, and they're going to say it's 4-0 again, and he doesn't know what he's doing, and the centre-back's too small to fight against Haaland, and why is he not playing Casemiro and Ronaldo? But the thing is, right, this bloke has had barely any time to coach his team, barely any time to manage his team. Klopp, Pep, all these managers, even Arteta, are multiple years into their cycle. Arteta wasn't doing shit. Pep wasn't doing shit. He was losing games left and right. I think he was losing to Everton early on. And if you don't get the players that suit your system, it doesn't work. Now, we don't know which players are going to suit his system because it's going to take many months and years to figure out. Some Man United fans won't accept that, but that's the reality. If you want to be a consistent winner, you have to go through that process. You have to. The problem is we won't get given enough funds to renovate the team like it's needed. You might say, what you're on about? He's just been given the most amount of money ever. You're not understanding. You're not understanding how the club is, how everything works, and I'm not even going to get into it. Eriksen, let's be honest, probably should be playing number 10. Bruno probably shouldn't be on the pitch because every big game he's completely anonymous. Rashford and Sancho blow hot and cold. They're either incredible or anonymous. Scott McTominay is either having a really good game or the worst game you've ever seen. There's no in between. You can't win titles with players that blow hot and cold. It is not any deeper than that. It's not any more technical. It's not a certain position like Ten Hag said, I want you to track this run and move here, and when X does Y, A does B and B. No, it's not something like that. It's just the players. Scott McTominay gave the ball away about 50 times and panicked. Dalot charged in on Jack Grealish, got himself on a yellow card, and panicked. Rashford gave the ball away immediately, forcing Malacia to chase back Foden and get on a yellow. Now both fullbacks are on a yellow. Varane got injured. David De Gea can't leave his fucking line, mate. He can't leave his line, bro. Someone told him there was 800 million quid out of his penalty box he wouldn't move. I think a lot of the danger could have been cut out from De Gea. I honestly do, and I'll stand by that, and I said that at the start of my channel. I really dislike De Gea, bro. I've been saying it for years, man. And the reality is, Ronaldo wouldn't have made a blind bit of difference. Maybe Casemiro instead of, Eriksen, and then push Eriksen to number 10. But the manager has to figure out his squad. He can't just click his fingers and figure out a way to dominate and batter City after a few weeks. And the reality is, I'm pretty sure if he'd have gone out there and put out a mad defensive lineup and just dug in, we might have lost 1-0 We might have lost 2-0 or 2-1, but we'd have probably still lost, and it would have been shit football. So I say fair play to Ten Hag for actually sticking to his guns and trying to play his style, because that's the only way you're going to get anywhere. Because that's what we've been doing for years. We've been grinding out results. We just about get top 4, then we fail, or we don't get top 4. And the way you break through that cycle and the way you become a good team, fortunately, like we have to say, like Arsenal or City or like a Liverpool, you've got to stick to your style. And even when you're getting walloped, you have to stick to it and figure out, okay, how do we fix this problem that this style is creating? Most of the time, that's fixed with players, which we probably won't get. Most of it's fixed with time, which because we're Manchester United, we probably won't get. But the reality is, I'm not pissed off at that result. At this point, after a decade plus of, watching Man U get smashed, it doesn't surprise me. When your team consists of a vast majority of losers, right? That's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. We have there out on the field Bruno Fernandes, who after losing 6-1 to Spurs said, well, I scored, but I guess my goal doesn't count. That's the mentality, man. They go missing in these games. They shy away. They shy away. Sancho, Rashford, Scott. You've got people that shy away. And yeah, probably we should have gone with the energy of Fred, Casemiro, Eriksen, and maybe he'll learn from that. But the point is, you can't have a go at Ten Hag yet. Now, if in 2 years' time this is still happening, or if at the end of the year we're seeing no progress, fair enough, right? But right now, I am putting no blame on Ten Hag. I don't think any Manchester United fan that's got a brain cell should be. And they should understand what's going on. It's Glazers out. It's fuck these stupid, shitty players that shouldn't be here, mate. And that's the end of it. And I'll keep saying it on these videos until I'm blue in the face. I don't care about the loss or the victory. I just want to see 11 people trying their fucking best, putting in a performance with a bit of a game plan. That's the expectation of Man United. And these players can't really do it. That's it. I don't even know what the final score is. I don't care, mate. All I know is I forgot to captain Haaland in Fantasy League, and fucking brilliant decision that was. Anyway, that's the video. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you want, mate.